What's going on? It's your dude, That Guy Health and BF Men's Physique Pro, Health Up Nutrition sponsored athlete. And today, it's going to be something a bit different. We're going to see, does deep tissue massage therapy at all not only feel different, but will we see a difference in the muscle structure after the massage? I haven't had one. I did a whole season. I did 2 back-to-back shows. I went pro in that same year. I got the championships coming up, and I have failed to ever explore the opportunities of deep tissue massage and any of the other branded massage type of therapies. All right. So I've been told by a couple of pros that it is definitely something that I should look into doing. I have looked into doing it and I have scheduled it, and we're going to go today. So not only am I going to go today, then come back and report to you, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to talk to the professional who's going to do it, see whether some of the attributes that maybe her herself has noticed or what she knows as far as what is supposed to happen. So it's going to be a little bit different. I do expect high levels of pain, but I deal with pain pretty well. Once you're in the shit, you're in it, so you might as well deal with it. For those who don't deal with pain, I don't know if it's something you might want to explore into. I've heard from almost everybody that I've talked to, pro and non-pro, that deep tissue massage has its challenges. So guess what? Let's go. So what's up? So we're getting ready to head out here. I like to be early. Being on time means you could possibly be late. Being early means you're on time. But my friend told me sometimes it's not good to be that early on massage appointments because sometimes you run into somebody else's appointment. And they like to have a little bit of consultation afterwards. So maybe 15 minutes is good enough. So we'll do that. I'm hoping that we see some immediate responses from this. If not, everything is a process. And we'll just have to go back maybe more than one time if I feel like it. If it's something that's horrendous, I tried it once, I don't have to really try it again. All right, let's go. All right, so we're here, trying to be careful as to not get my door knocked off. We have street parking. So 5398. Oh, I see it. All right, so I'm going here and see what we got going on. A little bit anxious. Heard she's great. I hope this is the case. She must be in with a client. There's always some type of forms to fill out. Might as well fill it out while I wait. Well, finished filling out my form. Now I'm just waiting. It's a good thing about being on time. You can always wait and chill. If you're late, that sucks for everybody. So, I guess the whole thing about this is to relax. I usually stay up and running all the time, as you all know. I've been up since about 5:30 this morning. Had a full workout today. Did some studying today. So this is probably going to be the only time throughout the day, besides when I go to sleep, where I'm actually going to be completely doing anything besides being relaxed. So I might enjoy that aspect, but I'm more wanting to see the benefits of this so that I can see if it's going to be something I'm going to continue during the season of prep coming into the championship in New Jersey. So that's what I'm really interested in. All right, so listen, I'm here at NBS with Kima. So basically, to give you guys a synopsis of basically what she does different from where you might go get your nails painted and you got somebody touching on you, nothing's really happening. She's actually a professional that helps you reach your physical goals, whether that be muscle growth, relaxation, all types of other things that I don't know about. So Kima's gonna basically give you an introduction of that and basically maybe tell you what she plans to do for me today.
All right, so regular massage is a little bit different than therapeutic massage. So today we're doing an athletic massage, which is different, a little bit more specific. And so we're going to, based on what he has going on, if there's anything sore, if there's anything tight, tension in his muscles, back, wherever, posterior chain is, whatever we're working on, we're going to specify that area and do things specifically to alleviate pain. We're going to help with joint mobilization. We're going to do a little stretching today. And so when you come to NBS, the difference is, one, I am physical therapy trained. And I've also been to massage school. So you get a little bit of everything. I will probably watch his gait and movements. And so we do corrective massage. And corrective massage is when you tell me, hey, I can't sit in a pose without this hurting. And so we'll look at how you're moving and see where the problem might be coming from and correct that problem so that everything else flows. And if you're unable to lift, one thing I've learned about bodybuilders is they don't recover as great as they should. Anytime you lift, you should recover some kind of way, whether it's soaking, whether it's massage, whether it's stretching. So if you're lifting heavy, you definitely need to stretch every time you lift heavy. So I tell my clients, when you eat, you stretch. When you work out, you recover. So I need you to be doing those things pretty much at all times.
See? It's different. Go to a spa downtown, they don't do none of that.
Right. So we don't rub lotion.
There you go. We don't rub lotion. That's a good one. So we're going to get started. And I will definitely check in with you guys a little bit, and we'll even highlight a little bit MBS if Tina's going to allow us to.
Yes, of course.
Cool.
This room is the man cave, and the man cave is specifically for legs and feet, circulation massage, detox at that level. So you can come in here for any period of time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, however long you want to stay. Everything's $1 a minute in here. And then this is the Detox Bag, and somebody's in it already. This is a 3-far infrared bag. So what it does is detoxes. It increases collagen to the skin, so it tightens your skin. We wrap you in osmolytic paper, and what that does is it's water loving, so it clings to your body, holds the water, draws out the waste and toxins, and so it helps a lot. We usually use like TC1 gel or something like that. Okay. And this is the main massage room. And so we have a chiropractic bed, regular massage bed, and that's for people with back issues. They get on that first before massage.
Gotcha.
This one day is going to be the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So hopefully that's major recovery. Okay. That increases the mitochondria, gives you more energy. I was a science teacher for 14 years. So
education.
So I teach everybody on that table what's happening to you. Okay. So you'll know if you don't come to me. When you go to someone else, you will not expect anything less than what you've received here. Gotcha. And then that's just the rest of the room. You turn right of faith in this. All right.
Hey, so far I'm feeling confident. All right, so I haven't really done this before. So I gotta get undressed. That means you guys gotta go. All right. It's the best feeling ever. You can literally feel what's going on. That food chain therapy crap, massage crap is not it. You got to get you a professional like this. I'm going to put all her information and link it in the description below when we recap. It's a gold mine. Like being in heaven when you come out of that place. I'm trying to tell you, by far, you can feel the difference. Even in my trap area, I can feel the difference. In my back, I can feel the difference. It's like so relaxed. I feel like a damn noodle, like I'm about to literally fall down out here in this street, which is not necessarily the greatest thing, but I'm ready to get home, eat, and chill out. Like even it's like, damn, it's crazy. It's crazy, people. So when I get back, we're gonna recap on everything. All right, peace. Woo! So that was quite the experience. I definitely feel rejuvenated in some aspects, and I feel like a noodle in others, and that could be good because that means, you know, my body's a little looser, everything's not as tight. So let's just go over some things. So first thing I want to go over is the fact of how I felt about the experience. Now, I'm a little different about those situations. If I haven't said it, I'm going to say it again. I don't like everybody, especially people I don't know, touching on me. So the sports massage is something I definitely strayed away from throughout the process of my season, peak season, and then going into the build season. I just haven't even thought about exploring into that. But after a few pros that are friends of mine or acquaintances, I spoke to them, excuse me, and they definitely mentioned to me that it's something that you need to do. You know, you need to get that flow. You need to get those muscles to open up to get as much blood flow, and it helps with your growth. So I went ahead and I got a reco through one of the IFBB pros, and you might know him. I've done a video with him before. If you haven't seen it, you can check that video out. It was a back day, you know, go figure, right? But let's do this. Let's get into some of the differences. As far as, let me show you all some pictures from what I'm trying to improve upon, and then we're going to go into it before I went to the appointment and then after I went to the appointment. Now, you do have to keep in mind that the differences may be very subtle, okay? And you have to also know that that's because I'm a natural bodybuilder, right? I don't do any tests. I don't do any type of steroids. I'm not doing any type of injections. The only thing I'm doing is food daily and working out and busting my butt, okay? On top of that, I don't get the amount of rest that I probably should in order to have the proper amount of growth, but that's another situation that I'm also working on. So keep in mind that these changes are not gonna be like, oh my God, but there are some changes, some differences in there that I did notice after this massage. So I will let you know my opinion on that as well. So the first picture I'm gonna show you is a picture after my first show. I think I went pro just before my second show. Okay, now this it's not realistic, or it's realistic, but it's not going to be a good idea to use this picture for a reference because I was about 5% body fat when I took this picture. So I am in the shredded margin. So you're going to see more muscle definition in that picture with me being at 5%. I think it might have been even a little under 5% body fat there. You're going to see a lot more muscle definition, but that does not mean that the muscle is bigger than it is now. The muscle could be bigger than it is now, and that's what I'm hoping for when I go back into my next cut for the pro show, the championship in New Jersey, is that these muscles have improved and will have more depth to them. But if you look at some of the areas I do want to improve, you see the lower trap area. That's definitely an area that I want to improve on. I want to get that muscle group elongated, joining up, and definitely more rounded out, okay? If you look over here, even in the upper trap section, I'm a little shallow there for my liking. I definitely want more roundness and a little bit more height in my trap area, okay? I don't want too much to where it might strike me down for my class, but I definitely want that to be a little bit more rounded up top. As you can see right there, it's a little it's got some incline to it, but it's definitely not as rounded as I would like. Another area that I'm looking to improve on is the posterior delt area, if you see here. Now, of course, at 5%, you're going to see a posterior delt, but we should all be aware that it's a common thing for the posterior delt to not be as developed as the lateral and the front delt, okay? Because it doesn't get as much work and it tends to get ignored. I have not been ignoring it at this point of a build season. I've been hitting it pretty consistently, trying to get that to grow so that when I do go back down to 5%. So listen, that's a 5% body fat picture. I just want to show you all where the areas I'm trying to improve up on so you can see them definitely and a lot better because I'm in a lower body fat. So let's go to the picture before and after, okay? So the picture before and after. Now, if you look here, you can definitely see the before picture. To me, now I know it's kind of hard for you. You might be like, I don't see it because it's not as cut as that other picture. But if you look at my upper and lower trap area, you can tell that there's a little bit more connection there coming down the lower part of my back. So to me, that's an indication that definitely that this muscle has improved and gotten bigger, okay? So that's a definite indication to me on that. Other than that, if you go to the posterior delt area, you can also see this area right here. Now, if you pay attention out here, the upper part of my lat area, you see that it kind of a little flat there. And pay attention to the V taper coming in, okay? And when you compare it over here to the picture of the after, now this is after the massage, this is not after a build day. You can clearly see, with marginal difference, that the lower trap area, my lower back, is not only a little bit more fuller, but it's more evident. You can definitely see those muscles a little bit more. And my body fat has not changed. The only thing that I can say that has changed is the fact that after the sports massage, deep tissue, and everything that she did at MBS, is that my muscles opened up to be able to take in more blood flow. So therefore, they're a little bit more puffed up. They're a little bit more buffed up. You can see definitely more definition in here between the trap, even in that area between the posterior delt and where the trap is. You see more definition in that area because those muscles are a little bit more fuller with blood, and you can tell that. Even in my posterior delt area, it's a little bit more full. All right, so I can see that even in itself. If you look at the before picture, you see that what we call sometimes a crab claw or a lobster claw. You see that lobster claw there. But when you go to the after, that lobster claw is a little bit more bulky. It's a little bit more full. That dimple is not as recessed as on the other one. Okay, so with that being said, to me, that indicates also more blood flow in that muscle as she worked those areas out. And another thing is, if you look at my lateral delt head as it comes up top, the cap is what we call that. If you look at that cap area, it's a little bit more capped out and full, okay? So also, you could take into account a little angle on the picture, but it's definitely a little bit more full in my opinion. Another thing is that I'm going to look at here and see is the upper trap area. Compared to the before picture, it's a little bit more broader. It's a little bit more wider. Okay. So like I said, you go back and forth and look at these pictures and you're going to see subtle differences. So this is what the name of the game is. Almost anything you do, but especially in natural bodybuilding, every small thing counts. Okay, every small thing counts because if we're natural, we're not taking steroids or tests, we're not having anything to take exponentially that progress. Okay, so it's going to be very, sometimes even minuscule. All right, and it's not to get disappointed, but it's just the truth. It's just don't get disappointed about it. And I know you may look at the picture and say, like, I don't know if that's worth it. But over time, leading up to the show, I'm talking about I'm building for almost a full year before the show. This could look tremendously different as far as a natural perspective when that time comes. And then you have to take into account when I do go into cut, those muscles should be bigger, more full. I should have more dynamic, more dimension to my back, not only my back, but other areas. But I've noticed that my back comes in pretty well when I'm in cut. So everybody has something that is a great area for them. Some people it's arms, some people it's the chest, some people it's the ab, the core area, some people it's the back. I've noticed through the last prep, my last two shows and going pro, that my back comes in significantly well when I'm in cut. So that is definitely an area where I'm going to prize myself when it comes to the show, as far as working on my poses for that. So I'm thinking definitely with incorporating the sports massage probably monthly and still pounding my back and all other areas in training as I should, that I should be pretty well off. Now that's given that a recent medical condition that I had, including my bicep, doesn't happen to derail me. It's a possibility that I could end up having surgery on my bicep. And if that does happen, then I'm kind of going to be taking a back seat for that season. And I would hate to miss that championship, but that is a possibility right now as it stands. We're still kind of waiting and deliberating on that situation. So I'm hoping that turns out for the best. Okay, so now for my opinions on MBS as a company. Listen, it's a great company. It's not one of these what I call cookie cutter, like McDonald's on every corner or, Zaxby's on every corner. It's somewhere where you go and they specialize in you personally, okay? You're not going to go in there, pay for an hour, sit around for 15, 20 minutes, wait around, get a real 15-minute touch on type glaze, rub lotion on your massage. No, they want to know, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? What do we need to work on as far as your gait, as far as your mobility, your flexibility, everything? They want to know what's going on so that they can make a better help you get to a better version of you. All right. So with that being said, it's definitely a different thing. And it is my opinion that it's worth it. Okay. I think that it's worth it. Now, as far as the pricing, you definitely have to call. I know NBS has a great special for first time people. It's like $1 a minute for you to go in. That's great for you to try it and see what you want to do. So you kind of set your own tone. It was well worth it for me. I'm not going to tell you what I paid, but I did pay them. And I also tipped them and took the bill over $100 because I felt like it was worth it. It was great. So with that being said, that's my opinion on that. And I'm going to put their information below in the description, as well as tag them on the Instagram and the Facebook if they have one. So I know they definitely have an Instagram, and you might want to check that out. If you're in the local area or you're going to be passing through for a show and you need to get in there for some work, they do all types of other work. Okay, check them out. Now let's move on to how I feel afterwards. I heard from a lot of people that once you got a massage like that, it was going to be hellacious afterwards. And I'm going to say, after being educated by MBS, that there's a reason why that probably happens sometimes. One, it could be because you're just fresh and you've never had one before. You might be tender. So we'll give people that reason right there. But I'm going to say majority of the time, I think it's inexperience and people's lack of knowledge on how to really give people therapeutic massages as far as sports massages. I think that they believe, going hard, I've even heard if it doesn't hurt, they ain't doing nothing. Well, there's and I was educated at MBS. There's a scale for that. Like 7 to 8, is like the sweet spot where you're going to feel pain, but it's a pain that you can your brain can still associate with a pleasurable type of experience. And then you got 9 to 10, and it's a fine line to where you're like, get the hell off me. Like this, and some men, we know we're going to sit there and try to muscle it up and just take it. And it's probably the wrong thing to do. As well as she even informed me and educated me. Some people, especially in the back area, there are two muscle groups that kind of overlap, especially in the bodybuilding world. In the sport that we're enlarging muscle groups. So there's only so much room in the body. So eventually, things might overlap, stuff like that. And she informed me that some people misconstrue like what they think is a knot is actually two muscles that might be overlapping or meeting. And then they're steadily trying to pound that out, and actually they're doing more damage than good. So that's another piece of evidence that clearly says that there's a difference between experienced people and people that just open up a massage chain and just want to touch, rub, make you feel like you're getting something and send you out the door. No, it's not the case. So will I go back? Yes, I'm going to incorporate it. Do I think it was worth it? Yes, I do think it was worth it. And until I see different, then I am going to be willing to incorporate that into my regimen, especially for the month. Okay. I can't express it enough that you all matter. Your comments matter. Your feedback matters. Aside from the silly clowny stuff, that's something that we all could do without, but it does happen. But I definitely want to hear from you all in the comment section. I would like to hear if you've ever gotten a sports massage, how did it feel to you? And is it something that you would go back and do? And maybe we might be able to find out why you had a bad experience. If you've had a great experience and you've been doing a lot longer than me, because like I said, I'm a pro. And this is my first time, going to get a sports massage because of my dislikes as far as personally, and not putting that over what I need to accomplish as an athlete in professional bodybuilding. So that's something that, I had to get over. Maybe that's something with you, and maybe that's something we talk about. So definitely leave comments down below. Go over to the Instagram, comment on that, get with me so we can all help each other kind of get ourselves to a better level in this sport, or even just personally in your life. A massage personally in your life will probably help relieve a lot of stress. There's a lot of things bottled up. So with that being said, I'm not going to drag this out. I had a great experience. I'm hoping to have a good build season. I'm going to have to take this in control of my own. Usually I do work with my coach Shomo, but this time that's not going to happen right now because I am, when I'm in a situation where, you don't want to invest in something and then you're going to be derailed. So I'm going to have to fly my own ship this time and take it up in case something does happen. At least it's just my time invested, but I am going hard at it. Please keep up on the Instagram. I'm posting some of my workouts as we get closer. And as I get closer to the show, I'm going to start doing another series. So that's going to happen. So with that being said, you know what I say, be safe, peace, let's build together. And it's probably in a different order, but you get it.